folks, so we're working on the complex slab project, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to create your own templates for your individual design. Now of course you start with making your own 3-inch cube, exactly a cube, perfect. And so in that project I gave you the template, so everyone got this exact same template. You knew just to trace this into clay, cut out 6 sides, and you turned it into a slab box. And all the information was given to you. So now that you're creating your own design, you need to figure out, how do I take my drawing, this, and turn it into templates? Okay, so let's figure out how to take my sketch and make it into an actual template. Remember, the reason that I call this the complex slab project is because each of the templates, there's more than one template. So back to that cube that I had you make, I gave you one template and that created all of the sides. This project is more complex because you're gonna have at least 2, probably more than 3 templates for your whole entire box. Each of you will have a different box, and that's the beauty of this. So this is just one way to figure out how to make your box. So I'm gonna lead you through my thought process. I have a tapered box, so it's wider at the top and narrower at the bottom. I'm gonna start by the top side. It's a flat side, so I'm gonna use the flat edge of my paper. Again, I'm gonna use pen so you can see, but you should be using a pencil. The top of my box is 8 inches, so I'm gonna make a mark at 8 inches, 8 inches wide. The length or the height of my box is also 8 inches, so I'm gonna make a mark for 8 inches, and I'm going to be making 3 marks just to double check that this line is going to be straight. If I only put down 2 lines, there's a possibility that I made a mistake, human error, but having that 3rd line ensures that this is straight. So now with the 3 lines, I'm going to connect the dots. And so now I know that that is the bottom. It's not going to be taller than this. Then what I need to figure out is, how am I going to draw this tapered side? So finding the center line, that will help. Based on my 8-inch measurement, the center of 8 inches is 4 inches. So I'm going to make a mark at the 4-inch, because that would tell me the middle of my box. And then putting down the 4 inches, I'm going to put 2 inches on either side. This is a special ruler that if you put in the center, it has 2 inches on either side. So that makes it easier for me. 2 inches, 2 inches together, those 2 marks is 4 inches. Now I'm just going to connect the dots. So that is it for one side. And what I would like you to do is write your name, as well as label what template side this is. So this is my front side. This is probably the more complex piece of this. Compared to my tapered side, my tapered front side, my other side is relatively simple because it's just a rectangle. So I'm doing 8 inches tall because that's the same height as this. And I figured out that it was 4 inches because of that's 4 inches. And I'm gonna have my box 4 inches deep as well. So that tells me that the side is gonna be 4 inches by 8 inches. I made the 3 marks to make sure that I did the correct measurement, connecting the dots. And that is my side, and I need to measure the 8 inches tall. So my name and the piece of the template this is. This is the side. Now I need to figure out the bottom. I'm only doing 4 inches deep, and it's 4 inches wide, so a simple 4-inch by 4-inch template is all I need. And I just figured something out that's pretty cool. I can actually use my side template because it's going to be the same. I can use the side template also as my top because it's the same dimensions, just using it a different way, because it's going to be 8 inches wide and 4 inches deep. And that's exactly what the side is, 8 inches by 4 inches. So I'm going to add side and top. Once you have all of your sides drawn out, then you cut them out with a pair of scissors. Pro tip, if you feel comfortable with using the paper cutter, use that instead. A good next step is to check your work or to see it in 3-dimensional. I ended up cutting out a second piece of paper for a template for the sides just for the purposes of putting it together to see what it's going to look. Kind of interesting to see what it will look like in 3-dimensional before you do it in clay. So I highly recommend doing this step. But you can see that all the templates fit together to create a 3-dimensional object. Going forward, you kind of know what the next step is. The next choice is, do you want to have something that is a little bit thicker and sturdier of a box? In that case, I would do 3/8 of an inch rolling out the slab. If you want something that's a little more delicate and lighter, I would go with 1/4 of an inch. And then it's the same process as making that cube. You're going to roll out the clay, rib it both sides, be very gentle, use soft paws, and then you're going to trace using these templates. You're going to connect them once they dry to leather hard and add the coil after scoring and slipping to ensure that the inside seams are all blended together precisely. You know what to do. You've done it before, just a little bit more complex with these templates. Good luck.